Rwanda has announced its withdrawal from the Economic Community of Central African States, as it accuses the Democratic Republic of Congo of exploiting the 11-member regional economic body to settle its scores with Kigali. The Paul Kagame-led country that is also a member of the East African Community, has cited Rwanda's exclusion from the 22nd Regular Economic Community of Central African States meeting, that was held in the Congolese capital of Kinshasa in 2023 under the chairmanship of the DRC, as well as the indefinite postponement of the handing over to Rwanda the organization's rotational presidency from the Equatorial Guinea as the reasons for its withdrawal. The withdrawal was announced in the evening of June 7, 2025, following the 26th ECCAS Ordinary Summit that was held in Malabo, the capital city of Equatorial Guinea, and it also came amidst repeated condemnations of the M23 rebel group, an armed movement that is said to be supported by Kigali, that is according to the troubled Economic Community of Central African States. And before we proceed, this is what a press release from the Rwandan Ministry of Foreign Affairs read. Rwanda deplores the instrumentalization of the Economic Community of Central African States by the Democratic Republic of Congo, with the support of certain member states. This distortion of the organization's purpose was once again evident during the 26th Ordinary Summit held today in Malabo, Equatorial Guinea, where Rwanda's right to assume the rotating chairmanship as stipulated in Article 6 of the treaty was deliberately ignored in order to impose the DRC's diktat. Rwanda had already, in a letter addressed to the chairperson of the African Union, denounced its illegal exclusion from the 22nd summit held in 2023 in Kinshasa under the DRC's presidency. The silence and inaction that followed confirmed the organization's failure to enforce its own rules. Rwanda thus denounces the violation of its rights as guaranteed by the constitutive texts of the ECCAS. Consequently, Rwanda sees no justification for remaining in an organization whose current functioning runs counter to its founding principles and intended purpose. It is to be noted that the appointment of a new chairman of the Economic Community of Central African States, which had been scheduled to be conducted during that summit of Saturday, June 7, 2025, was postponed after the DRC reportedly opposed the transfer of the acting chairman from Equatorial Guinea to Rwanda. The Democratic Republic of Congo accuses Rwanda of supporting the M23 rebels fighting in eastern DRC, accusations that Kigali denies, but the Economic Community of Central African States has criticized the rebel group and called for the immediate withdrawal of Rwandan forces from the Congo region. 6 African heads of state traveled to Malabo to attend that summit, including the President of Congo-Brazzaville, Democratic Republic of Congo, Gabon, Chad, Angola and Burundi, with other member countries sending the delegations to represent the heads of state. Anyway, the Economic Community of Central African States was created in 1983 to defend economic and social activities of member states, and prior to Rwanda's announcement to withdraw from the bloc, its member countries included Angola, Burundi, Cameroon, Congo, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Central African Republic, Democratic Republic of Congo, São Tomé and Príncipe, Chad and the troublesome Rwanda itself. The bloc is among the 8 regional economic communities on the African continent that are recognized by the African Union. Other regional economic communities on the African continent are the Arab Maghreb Union that is popularly known as UMA, and which comprises of Morocco, Algeria, Libya, Tunisia, and Mauritania, with its goal being establishing a free trade area, customs union, and a common market. We also have the Common Market for Eastern and Southern Africa, or rather COMESA, which aims to create a single market for goods and services, focusing on trade, investment, and infrastructure development in Eastern and Southern Africa. The 4th economic bloc being the Community of Sahel-Saharan States, which focuses on regional cooperation and integration in the Sahel and Saharan regions. The 5th one being the East African Community, which aims to create a customs union, common market, monetary union, and a political federation among its member states of Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, South Sudan, Somalia, Tanzania, Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. We also have the infamous Economic Community of West African States, or rather ECOWAS, whose aim is to create a free trade area, customs union and a common market in West Africa, with a focus on political and economic stability, and from which Mali, Niger and Burkina Faso withdrew to form the Alliance of Sahel States Confederation. The 7th bloc being the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, or rather AGAD, which focuses on regional cooperation and integration in the Horn of Africa, addressing issues such as conflict prevention, development, and climate change. Finally, the 8th block is the Southern African Development Community, or rather SADC, and it aims to promote economic integration and regional cooperation in Southern Africa, with a focus on trade, investment, and infrastructure. These regional economic communities, along with the African Continental Free Trade Area, have been working towards achieving the goals of the African Economic Community, which aims to create a single integrated African market.